Good morning and welcome on board this week's edition of Sports Tidbits on OSBC 104.5 FM. OSBC is the station and we are set to give you the latest in the world of sports. Beginning this morning with what is happening as far as the 2023 FIBA World Cup qualifier is concerned. Let me inform you without much ado that the three Tigers have been placed in the 9th in position after the completion of the 4th window of the FIBA World Qualifier. FIBA Africa has released the standing of the African team, where the Tigers are placed 9th on the log. The men's senior national team, the Tigers, put up poor performance in the qualifier that was held in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. The latest standing released put the Nigerian side in a distant 9th position, which further jeopardized their ambition of qualifying for the World Cup. Only 5 African nations will participate in the FIBA World Cup. The hosts of the 4th window qualifier, Cote d'Ivoire, sat on top of the 12-team table, followed by South Sudan and Egypt in the 3rd position. Only Cameroon, Guinea, and Uganda are ranked below Nigeria in the release rankings. Though difficult, the Tigers still have the February window to rely on for their World Cup qualification. Talking about our own Super Falcons of Nigeria. Nigeria's women football national team, Super Falcons, at the Audi Field in Washington D.C. in the early hours of today lost 2-1 to the United States of America in the second of their first friendlies against the Americans, and that's what we can tell you. Yes, Randy Wardrum's team had been walloped 4-0 by the same U.S. team. That was on Saturday evening in the first leg of the USA tour. The hosts threatened to grab their first goal as early as the 60th minute, but the Nigerian defense was resolute. With 10 minutes played, it was the Falcons that were close to breaking the deadlock, but Ifeoma Onumonu was denied by the American backline. The Falcons had been able to hold their more illustrious foes at bay, but unfortunately, Blessing the May considered an own goal in the 25th minute to hand the Stars the Stripes the lead. And that's talking about the national team of the United States of America. Falcons' first choice goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie, despite the fact that he conceded goal in the first half, gave a good account of herself as always to ensure that the Africans do not go down rather embarrassingly. Half-time substitute Uchenna Kanu restored parity for the Nigerians in the 50th minutes. So we learned when a calling effort of an assist from Glory Ogbonna at the edge of the box left the USA keeper stranded. Rasheedat Ajibade delivered a great cross into the American box, but that was soon culminated into a counter-attack for the USA side. Albert, a final ball was disappointing. Yes, at the end of the day, the match ended 2-1 in favor of the United States of America. Okay, let's just talk about it. Talk about what? Talk about the main thing. When you talk about the main thing, I want to tell you without much ado that a lot of things are happening. Yes, I will give you the latest when you talk of the UEFA Champions League. Well, let's just take this story. Yes, we're talking about what is happening here in Nigeria, and I'm very much happy to inform you that yes, a lot of things are happening here in in Nigeria here. When you talk of football, yes, much is happening. But let me go back to what is happening as far as the UEFA Champions League is concerned, and this time around. The UEFA Champions League matches, yes, the season returned yesterday, and Chelsea Football Club of London was shocked by Dynamo Zagreb by a lone goal. Yes, a lone goal defeat. That was what the Blues suffered yesterday. Yes, and it was unfortunate. Thomas Tuchel couldn't find an explanation for what did happen, but it was the sharing of spoils by RB Salzburg and AC Milan. It was 1-1 draw, and Celtic were pummeled at home by Real Madrid. They were brave, yes, they put up spirited efforts, but at the end of the day, Real Madrid were clinical. 3-0. They got a away win. That was a big one. RB Leipzig were also undone at home, 1-4 by Shakhtar Donetsk, and Borussia Dortmund turned Copenhagen back by 3-0. And Manchester City, yes, went to meet Sevilla at home, and the match ended 4-0 in favor of Manchester City. Benfica defeated the visiting Maccabi Haifa, yes, from Israel by 2-0, and PSG were 2-1 better than the visiting Juventus. And going to specifics, let me just tell you that Erling Haaland scored twice as Manchester City opened their campaign, the Champions League campaign, by trashing a dismal Sevilla by Sevilla side yesterday. Even though they played away, they were so much clinical. Haaland's ninth goal in 5 games set City on their way in Spain, with the Norwegian forward tapping in from Kevin De Bruyne's superb driven cross. He added to this tally. He added to his tally after the break, when he was again on hand to score from close range after home goalkeeper Yasin Bono parried Phil Foden's shot into his path. In between, England midfielder Foden had given City a heavy cushion in their Group G opener, kissing his marker Nemanja Gudej before sweeping a left foot effort into the bottom right corner of the net. So that was how it went there. I want to tell you that Real Madrid, Celtic were ultimately outclassed by others. Real Madrid in their Champions League match yesterday opener, despite a lively and encouraging start in Glasgow. 5 years after the last feature at Europe's top table, Celtic gave Real a fright in a frantic first half by creating a series of chances, including a shot off a pose from Callum McGregor. Yes, but after the break, the visitors roused themselves, and goals from Vinicius Junior, Luka Modric, and Eden Hazard showed their class and secured victory. Yes, talking about what really happened at PSG, yes, Kylian Mbappe scored twice as Paris Saint-Germain began their Champions League campaign with victory over Juventus. Mbappe brilliantly volleyed in the opener from Neymar's lofted back pass before smashing in a low strike, following a delightful 1-2 with Achraf Hakimi. The Frenchman should have had a hat-trick, but twice screwed shots wide, and at the end of the day, it ended 2-1 in favor of PSG against Juventus. If you're just joining us, this is Sports Tidbits on OSBC 104.5 FM, Ileawiye Okebale, right here in Osogbo, the capital city of the state of virtue. And let me just tell you that some more matches are coming up today in the UEFA Champions League. Today, Wednesday, September 7, 2022. Kayas will by a quarter to 6 in the evening be hosting Rangers International. And by 8 o'clock today, Napoli will welcome Liverpool. And that will make our own Victor Osimhen. Yes, if he's fit enough, he will play in the Champions League tonight. And I'm very sure he wants to do well against the visiting Liverpool. Marseille will also be guests to Tottenham. Yes, at 8 o'clock in the evening. Frankfurt, Eintracht Frankfurt. That was where our own JG Okocha caught his teeth in professional football. They welcome Sporting Lisbon, and FC Porto will be playing away to Atletico Madrid. Club Brugge will be laying ambush for Borussia Leverkusen, and we have Barcelona also being at home at Camp Nou when Victoria Pleasing will be coming to visit. But Bayern Munich will also be playing away to Inter Milan today in continuation of UEFA Champions League. And talking about the Thursday's market, there's talking about Europa League. I want to tell you that tomorrow there will be matches in various centers across Europe, as PSV Eindhoven will be welcoming Bold Glimt in their den. Arsenal will be playing away to Zurich, FC Zurich, and that is in Switzerland. AEK Larnaca will welcome Rennes, and Dynamo Kiev will be playing away to Fenerbahce. It's going to be a straight battle between HJK Helsinki and Real Betis, and Ludogorets will welcome Roma. Union Saint Gilloise will be away to Union Berlin, and Sporting Braga will also be playing away to Malmo FF. Manchester United, yes, Manchester United will welcome Real Sociedad, and Omonia Nicosia will also be laying ambush for Sheriff Tiraspol. You remember Sheriff Tiraspol? That's a team that really gave Real Madrid a goose pimples last season in the UEFA Champions League. Lazio will be hosting Feyenoord, and SK Storm Graz will also welcome FS Midtjylland. Nantes will also be home against Olympiacos. Freiburg will welcome FK Karabag, and it's going to be a straight battle between Red Star Belgrade and Monaco today in continuation of Europa League. And the last match for the day will be between Trabzonspor. Yeah, that's a Turkish team that will play their way to Ferencváros at TC, and that match will be coming up by 8 o'clock in the evening. Yes, very shortly we are likely to be joined by one of the contestants. Contenders. One of the contenders for the post of the president of Nigeria Football Federation. Yes, by our understanding, the election will be coming up by the end of the month, and since Amaju Pinnick is no longer contesting, quite a number of candidates are really throwing their heart in the ring, wanting to be the numero uno as far as the governing body of the round leather game in Nigeria is concerned today. If we are lucky enough, if network is okay, yes, we are likely to be joined in the studio by Sheyi Akiwumi Esquire, and that goes without saying that this man has enough in his arsenal to really offer Nigerian football. He has indicated his interest in really contesting. There are so many others. Yes, Peter Saidida is also one of them, and is so interested in contesting. But so yes, if we are unable to, then we might have no choice but to move on the program today. Let's talk about Diego Costa is in the news today. Wolves have launched an appeal to the Football Association after failing to gain a work permit for Diego Costa. Costa is traveling to Wolves Wolverhampton training base as the Premier League club wait for news of their appeal. The former Chelsea striker has been on trial with Wolves this week as the club look for cover following injuries to Sasa Kalasic and Raul Jimenez. Costa, who is just 33 years, yes, he's a 33-year-old player. He's a free agent, having been without a club since leaving Brazilian side Atletico Mineiro in January. He has not played a professional game since December 12 last year, and his lack of action in recent months meant he did not automatically qualify for a work permit. You can see the rule there. If you have not been involved in professional football for so long a period, you cannot so qualify to really make your transfer. A stroll in the park. That's what is preventing Diego Costa from being registered, and Wolverhampton have indicated their intention to appeal. And let's talk about disciplinary cases. Leeds United manager Jesse Marsh has been charged by the Football Association for improper language and or behavior during his side's defeat by Brentford on Saturday. The American was infuriated after Leeds were denied a penalty. He was sent off after urging referee Robert Jones to use the monitor to review a challenge by Aaron Ike on Leeds winger. Yes, Marsh has until Friday to provide a response to the FA charge, and that's what we can tell you. Something very close to that is this one. Liverpool coach John Archibald and Newcastle Daniel Odds have been charged by the FA Football Association after an incident during the Reds 2-1 win on August 31. Members of both teams coaching staff was clashed after Fabio Carvalho's 98-minute winner. The pair have been charged with improper behavior. Archibald, Liverpool's goalkeeping coach, is also alleged to have used abusive and or insulting gestures. Holds is Newcastle head of performance. Both have until the 8th of September, that is tomorrow, to respond to the charge. Let's talk about some other matters. England celebrated their homecoming as European champions in style with a ruthless victory over Luxembourg to end World Cup qualification with a perfect record. With a place at next year's World Cup already in the bag, England were just looking to entertain against a side ranked 117th in the world. 8 players got on the score sheet as the Lionesses dominated the first qualifier in Stoke, and fans welcome home this summer's heroes. Yes, they scored 10 without conceding. 10 goals to nothing. That was the scoreline at the end of the day. Let me tell you, without much ado, that we go to tennis this time around. Casper Ruud said having the world #1 ranking on the line is providing extra motivation after he reached a first US Open semi-final with a scintillating victory over Matteo Berrettini. Yes, 5th seed Ruud won 6-1, 6-4, 7-6 against Italian 13th seed Berrettini. Victory lifts the 23-year-old Norwegian to #2 in the world rankings. Ruud has the chance to take the top spot if he wins a semi-final against either Nick Kyrgios. Yes, that is Kyrgios or Kane Khachanov. That's as far as tennis is concerned. I'm still on tennis this morning on Sports Tidbits on OSBC 104.5 FM, 104.5 FM. That is what we are really telling you this time around. Yes, Hans Jabos beat Adler and Tomjanovic to reach semi-finals for first time. That's talking about US Open. Yes, Jabir lost the Wimbledon final to Elena Rabian in July US Open, and that's what we can tell you. But this time around, 5th seed Ons Jabeur ended Ajla Tomjanovic's run to reach the US Open semi-final for the first time. The Tunisian runner-up at Wimbledon in July saw off Australians Tomjanovic 6-4, 7-6 in a scrappy encounter. And shortly before we go, finally on the program today, we talk about cycling. Defending champion Primoz Roglic crashed near the finish line. That was how it happened. It happened very near the finish line at Mats Pedersen won stage 16 of the Vuelta and Espana at tomorrow's in Andalusia. Roglic launched an attack near the end of yesterday's 189-kilometer ride, trying to close the gap on race leader Remco Evenepoel, but fell and suffered cuts. Yes, on that something unfortunate yes level. We want to end today's edition and this week's edition of Sports Tidbits on OSBC 104.5 FM. We want to thank everybody for being part of the show today. If you did enjoy today's show, and we want to urge you to come along next week when we shall be in the studio for a fresh edition. Until then, I ask you to keep on backing sports all the way. I'm Muhyiddin Adeleke.